Hello, everybody. It is the morning of Monday. We leave really early tomorrow morning. So, yesterday was more of like a touristy day on Sunday since it was a weekend. So, we went to, gosh, I'm fighting a cold. A lot of the kids here are sick. So we got up and we went to Antigua again. Most beautiful city I have ever been to in all of my life. Definitely would want to go back and stay in Antigua. It was with the cobblestone streets and everything was really gorgeous, but we went there. They have like a coffee plantation and zip lining and things like that. So me and somebody else, we did the coffee plantation tour because I'm really interested in seeing how like coffee's made because I've never seen it. It's quite a big process, and a lot of it they do by hand, which is crazy. So the majority of coffee is actually from Antigua, from all around the world. It's number 9 out of countries or something like that. They even send their coffee to Starbucks in the States. So that was really cool. After that, we kind of ate our lunch. So we've been packing our lunches every day from the house. And ate our lunch in the car on the way back. And we stopped just right out of Antigua on the it's in Antigua in the city, but like right towards the end was a place called Casa de Madeleine, which is a hotel. Used to be a residence that Mana Worldwide had bought, and it's a hotel now that they've changed it into. It's like a bed and breakfast, and they've been adding rooms and stuff to it. And so it's run by Mana, and all the proceeds and everything go to Mana. And I am going to do a separate video and talk about more about like what Mana does. And our missionary that's here that works with Mana has been taking us to all the things and showing us all the projects and stuff like that. So when our church collects money, you can actually donate strictly to Mana, and it will help those projects for this man because he's the one that approached our church about all these different projects and things. So I'm gonna actually do a video with him directly later so he can explain all the amazing thing that Mana's working on. So Casa de Madeleine. So if you ever want to go to Antigua, look it up because all the proceeds and everything go to Mana Worldwide, which help feeding centers for the children, help build churches that feed these kids, that then preach to all these families and for them to accept Jesus Christ. We also are building they're building trade schools so they can teach these adults how to do work, because right now they really don't know how to do anything. They've literally been living in shacks and things. So they're looking at all ways they possibly can that streams like revenue, which is really, really smart. Then after that, they took us to, I want to say, San de Leon or something like that, Santa Cruz, something like that. I can't remember the city. And it was just a dumpy town. Here, the dogs are running wild, the streets are dirt, the houses are made of tin cans, or like tin sheets, like sheeting. So we go to this town, and he told us that their brand new project they've been working on is Mana's Village. And Mana's Village is a place, if you remember me saying how in the orphanage, because the adoptions are so hard here, and the people that live here don't usually adopt because, one, they can't even afford it, or two, it's not something that's part of their culture because of passing down and leaving things to the children. So when these children's at the orphanage, which is right here. Here's the orphanage. We're actually going to hang out with them a little bit this morning. They really don't have anywhere to go. So to help them learn how a family unit lives, and to show them how to get some skills and things like that, they bought this huge, beautiful home in the middle of nowhere. So everything has these like huge, big metal gates in front of it and all these houses. So that way it keeps out all the really poor people that kill people for money and things. So when this project is this, you walk inside these big black gates off of a street that is like, looks like junk, and it's literally like you're walking into the secret garden. It was just absolutely breathtaking, so breathtaking. And you can just walk through all the gardens and everything. And one of the other projects that they do to raise money as well at this particular place, Mana's Village, is they grow coffee as well, and they sell it. And that's called Mana's House Coffee, I believe, Mana's Coffee. So they have all these different types of coffees and things that also help produce money as well. So at Mana's house, they have this huge home that's on the property. Well, it's actually not huge. It looks like it's huge, but it's not. If you're from the States. Here it is. But it has like, living room, kitchen, an upstairs bedroom, and some other rooms that they'll be turning into. And then on the property, they're going to build like 6 or 7 little tiny apartment homes. So that way they could put like a husband and wife in there, so they can show these young men and women that are coming from the orphanage how a family unit is. And so those people would be like a stellar example to these kids that are there. Right now, the only person that's actually staying at this home is a brand new missionary that's only been here for a couple of months. His name is Alex, just a young guy. And he actually was brought down here because in El Dorado, they're building a separate building for trade. So like a trade school. So he can teach like trade school to a lot of the men and stuff from the first day that we were here. So that way they can earn some more money, because it's so much poverty down there. Like they're living off $1 a day for a family, which is really bad, and all they're doing is like working in the fields. So so that's what Mana's Village is. So I'm really excited, like the next time I come to, even in a couple years from now, to see what else they've got brewing. So I mean, the orphanage, the house, the village, the churches. So right after we went to this Mana's Village, we went to Santa Cruz, or San Lucas, and they have a church there built up in the hills. And what they do is it's like another feeding center. So they offer food to the kids, and they get to have the parents enroll them, and then they get the kids to bring their families, and then their families start believing and are thankful, and they start coming to church there. And then they also do once a month they do like a family dinner with all the church, which is a really smart idea, to break bread with your community. Because I think it too, when you have friends and people, you just know that you're not alone. It's nice to have somebody there, especially if you really don't know Jesus, and know that he's there always for you, and you are never alone in that sense. But once you really find and accept the Lord, until that point, you do feel like you're alone. So it's just really a cool thing to see all of them like coming together and you know, breaking bread with each other and all their kids there. It was really nice. So I'm really excited to see all the really cool things. I've been hearing about, like, oh, how this place and this place and this place, how they all looked like, you know, a couple years ago or when they first started. And it's amazing to see how many people are here now, or just that they added on. Like, the church didn't have a roof like a couple of years ago. And so it was really cool. We saw our first whole set of, like, lightning and thunderstorms yesterday. So when we were at the Manna Village, it has this amazing, like, upper deck. So it's 2 stories, and then from the second story, you go up this outside ladder onto this, like, roof deck. And oh my gosh, you can just see all on top of the whole entire city, which literally looks like a bunch of that tin sheeting. And it was really, really breathtaking because it had, like, the most beautiful view of all the volcanoes. And so I took some pictures up there too that I'll share later, but it was really, really gorgeous. So other than that, we went to dinner just with our group, and it was a very touristy day. Today's supposed to be one of the most emotional days. First, we're starting out with playing with the kids in the orphanage. We're gonna get a tour of the orphanage, and some of the ladies here and I, when we did shopping in Antigua on Saturday, we bought a whole bunch of friendship bracelets to give to the kids, so that way we can give them a friendship bracelet, and then we could wear a friendship bracelet, so that way when we come back, we have, like, that connection. So that's gonna be really cool to give them that. And then after that, we are going to another feeding center, which is, they call it the dump, and that because it is at the dump. So the people are so poor that they go and they squat, and they have built, like, squatter homes near the dump, because when the trash men go and take the trash to the dump, these people go and they go through all the trash, and they find anything that they possibly can salvage, either to use for their home, to eat, or to sell for some money. So they say this is the most emotional day that they're saving for last, and they do that for that reason. So we'll see. Pray I don't get sick anymore, and because a lot of these kids are really sick with snotty noses. And God knows what kind of stuff is there, germs and such. But yeah, this has been a really, really amazing trip, and yeah. So I'll talk to you guys soon.